Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back. The England squad has literally just been announced as I'm filming this, so I'm just going to run straight through all of them and then we'll pick out a few names which I want to talk about more deeply. So the goalkeepers were pretty simple, we kind of could predict this beforehand. Pickford, Pope, Ramsdale. Defenders, we have Trent, Connor Cody, Eric Dyer, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, John Stones, Trippier, Walker and White. Midfield, we've got Bellingham, obviously Conor Gallagher, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice. And then the forwards, Foden, Grealish, Kane, Maddison, Rashford, Saka, Sterling and Callum Wilson. So the first player I want to talk about is actually Eric Dyer. Now, first thing you notice is Fikayo Tomori's not in there. Which is a bit of a surprise considering how good he's been over the past few years for AC Milan. But Dyer is in there, and you could argue he does deserve it. I mean, he's played pretty well for Spurs. Whether he starts or not, I don't know, because you think of Southgate, he likes to go with John Stones, Harry Maguire, and especially as he's included Kyle Walker in the squad, who can actually play as a centre-back in the back three. I think he might have just been taken for that experience, like more as a squad player. But he's in there, which is surprising, as I said, but we'll see how he gets on. Next player I want to talk about is Ben White. Now, obviously, he's a very versatile player. We've seen the whole season. He's played at right back for Arsenal. He can play at centre-back. So maybe as a backup for Trent, maybe. Because looking at this, I'm thinking Southgate might want to play Trippier as more of a left-back. So Ben might get to play, depending, again, like he could be one that fits in the centre-back of a back three alongside Stones and Maguire. And then you put Trent at right wing back, which may work actually more as seeing as Trent likes to go forward a lot more. But I'm happy for him. He definitely deserves it. He's played super well for Arsenal this year. Obviously, he's put in some key performances. Stamford Bridge on the weekend, that was brilliant from him. He's in there, and I think that's deservedly so. Next player I want to talk about is Maddison, obviously. Now, there was a lot of sort of build up around the whole thing. Would he be in? Would he not be? He is in there and completely deserved as well. Like, he has been incredibly good this year. He's really turned it on recently, especially as Leicester have started to pick up form again. Obviously, there's a lot of, like, who would he go? Would James Ward-Prowse go? He's in there. Ward-Prowse isn't. We'll come back to that when we look at the absentees. Yeah, I mean, he can add a threat. He's listed as a forward, but he'll probably play as more of a midfield role. Same with Grealish and probably the same with Foden, if I'm honest. At least that's where I see. But yeah, I mean, completely deserved. Fair play to him, and he is on the plane to Qatar. Final player I want to pick out personally is Callum Wilson. Now, obviously, he has been in a run-off race kind of with Ivan Toney to see who would get to go to Qatar to be the backup to Kane. Wilson's really stepped it up with Newcastle's incredible run of form. They're obviously sitting third in the Premier League at the moment. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists, the lot. Toney, though, is a bit of a surprise that he's not in there, but you know what, you can't complain. Callum Wilson is a perfectly fine backup, and I'm sure that will all be fine in that regard. Now, if we think about the absentees, we're missing Dean Henderson. Obviously, Reece James was injured. Dean Henderson, I didn't think we're going to look in, but there were some who thought he might do. As I said, Reece James was injured. Fikayo Tomori is the big one, who I'm a bit surprised about. Would have thought he might get in. He's not there. In midfield, Conor Gallagher, I am a bit surprised about, thinking about it, to be honest. Obviously, the rest of them, Mason Mount, Jude Bellingham, Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson, we can kind of expect. And yeah, Ivan Toney, he's just the other one, which is really surprising for me. I thought he would be in there, but clearly not. That's not what Southgate's done. Right, now basically we're just going to pick my 11 for the game against Iran, obviously the first game. I'm just going to put it here like I did with my predictions. We're going to stick with the 4-3-3. I'm using the BBC Sport app, by the way. We're going to stick with the 4-3-3. Pickford, pretty simple for me, goes in goal. I'd love to say Ramsdale, but I think Pickford just has that experience, so Southgate is going to go with him, I think. Right back, Trent. Ben White, I don't think he's ready to start in a major tournament yet, considering he was in the Euro side. But yeah, Trent is going to start at right back. Centre backs are going to be Maguire and John Stones. Southgate seems pretty happy with them. Left back is going to be Luke Shaw. I would say Trippier. Obviously, I think Southgate will play him there, but I think Luke Shaw has that position for now. I might be wrong, but Luke Shaw is going in for me. We're then going to have Bellingham in midfield. Obviously, he's been class for Dortmund this year. He's bagging goals, bagging assists. He is 100% starting. Declan Rice is obviously going to be in there. I think he would be a massive miss for the team, so he's going to be in there. And the final midfield position I am going to give to Jack Grealish. I think Southgate might deploy him as more of a midfielder, just personally. Yeah, I think he might work better from there as well, just being able to control the midfield. Anyway, move on now. We have on the right wing, Saka starts for me. This isn't me being biased, I just think that's blatant, simple. Saka starts on the right wing. We won't go any further into that because he's got goals, he's got assists, he can provide, he can create. Yeah, he starts on the right wing. Up front is going to be Harry Kane. No explanation needed. And left wing, we are going to go with Phil Foden. I just think, again, he can bag goals, he can get assists, he can cross, he can create pretty much a lot. But yeah, that's going to be my team to start against Iran. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm sorry this was a shorter video, but it was just a quick reaction sort of thing. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of the squad in the comments, and I will see you for a new video very soon.